This is Alexis with Infinite Design Marketing, and let's talk a little bit about creating pages in your content management system. So here when I click Pages, after I've signed in, you can see there's Create a New Page and Manage Pages. Once you've gotten really familiar with the system and you know exactly what page you want to do, you can hit the Create a New Page button. But I like to start from here because it gives me a visual of the pages of the site. So when I get here, you can see there's all these little folder icons and then a name. And you can see that they correspond to the main menu here, 50th anniversary, etc. I'm sorry, 50th reunion. So here they are. They're all in here, and that's all the pages of the site. And then there's this one here that says Kicker. Now, Kicker is just a programming code for a side navigation or a bar that happens to be global. It happens to be on every page, and it's accessed from one point. And we'll talk more about that later. You don't have to worry about that too much. I think we only have one on the whole site, so it's not too big of a deal. So when I go into 50th Reunion, I can see that I have the main 50th Reunion page, and let's kind of go in here. There it is. It's just a page where you can write, hey, this is the 50th reunion, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you want to write, you can write there. And then people can look at photos, videos, etc. from there. So here we have that page. And let's say I wanted to go in there. I come over here to Actions and I click on it. You see I can edit, duplicate, delete, or preview. Now, I don't like to use the preview because it's just making me wait longer. I like to keep the page over here open in another tab, and I can just go back and forth. So here I'm going to say I want to make a change to this, and I'm going to say Edit, and here I am in the editor. So let's start at the top of the page. The page is live, yes. It's on the site map. That means that it's on the map the search engines read that say, yes, these are valid pages of the website. Password protect, I would leave this alone. This is for a different system. It will cause a login window to pop up on the page if you click yes, but since there's no programming for it, it won't allow anything to happen except frustrate your users. So just leave that on no. This is the URL, the web page address. Now this is something important, and I will repeat it through different sections. Every single page of the site needs to be named index.php. That's how the system understands things and makes it so that you can have all these pages. So what you want to do is you name the folder what the page is. So this page is 50th Reunion index.php with this little / right there. So that's how we indicate levels of things. So it says inside the folder 50th Reunion, we have a document called index.php. So that's important. This is the page title. That's the information that'll come up in the tag. You see this right here? That's where that comes up. Keywords are in case you're using site search, which you're not using. Description is for the description that comes up in the Google search results, and since you don't really want these to come up in the search results, don't worry about it. If you decide that you do, you can write a description for each page. You want to keep it up to 150 characters with spaces. Page banner is something you're not using now. The page type here, if you click on that, you can see there's different types of pages. There's full width pages, there's your welcome page, there's galleries. Your interior main pages are the default. So I would just leave it at default. The social are in case people want to have social links on the different pages. If you want that, you can click those buttons and it will work. They may not line up properly if you didn't request it initially. So if you decide you want to use them down the road, let us know and we'll go in there and fiddle with it to make them line up right. So here on the page to show you how this editor works, I'm just going to type a little nonsense on it. And just say here you can type in information about upcoming events or a general description about the 50th reunion, period. Okay, so here's how the editor works. This is what you call a WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get editor. And basically it has an option here to click and see the code. So here's the code side and click back. bold, italics, sub and superscript, you've got lists, alignments, etc. All the things you would see in an editor. You know, you've got styles. Let's say that, this right here should be an H1 tag, and look at that, it's an H1 tag, but maybe I want to make it an H2. I would change it there. So H1 is your initial headers. These are P tags. It should say normal. If it doesn't say normal there for that, if it says paragraph, you want to switch it to normal. Here you can change colors of fonts, give it some background, and here's for your photos, and we'll talk about photos. And here's linking, we'll talk about linking later. So if I go ahead and save, I let this page refresh, and then I click over here on the other tab to look at the live page, and I hit refresh on that, there's that text I just added in. See it there? So anything I add will come in there. Let's go ahead and add an image. Let's say I wanted to add an image right here. I'm going to click this here. I'm going to click, let's see, I'll show you again. Right here, there's an icon. It looks like a little land with a little house. And I get this window. Here I'm going to click Browse Server. Now this means that I've already uploaded a whole bunch of images, and this is where I have them. And we have some subfolders for you, banners and gallery and portfolio. And we'll change those up for you a little bit, making sure that they stay relevant to your site. And so let's say I just wanted to add this picture. I click twice, and there it is. And I say OK, and there it is on the page. And I'm just going to say save, let it refresh. And then I'm going to come back here, refresh. There it is. That's how easy it is. And I'm just going to do a quick, how do I link? So let's say I go 50th reunion, and we know that this is the page. Of course, we're not going to want to link to the page we're on, but just to show you, I would highlight the text I want to link, click the little globe with the link button on it, put the URL in there. Now, when I'm doing a URL that I'm going to be linking to, I need to add that / at the beginning of it. This here will change to other, and I'll have that /, and that means that it's an internal link. It's a link in the site. There's one more thing you want to do when you're doing internal linking. You're going to go target, set, self. Now sometimes you're going to link blank. You link blank when you're linking to something outside of your site. Maybe it's somebody's bio and it's a link to their business website. Blank. Choose the target blank. Anything that is not of this website is blank. If it's another page inside the website, self. Okay, and now when I go save, for it to refresh, come over here, refresh. Now I have a link here, and when I click it, it goes to this very page, because that's where I'm linking to. Okay, so I will go ahead and take those off of there. And I'm going to save. Now sometimes when you save, it doesn't always bring this page back. So sometimes you're working on a page and you save, and then you start working again, and then all of a sudden things get just crazy. Always check to see that the URL is showing after you've refreshed before you do any more work on this page, because by nature this system wants to give you a new page similar to the one you were working after you save, because it thinks you're done with that page and now you want a new one just like it to work on. Because a lot of times people are just cranking out page after page, and so watch for that. Otherwise you wind up working on a page, saving and going to work on it, and then it doesn't save, or it made another page and you're like, what's going on? So always check to make sure that the URL is up here before you start working again. And if it isn't, you sometimes have to go back to pages, Classmates Today, and then pick your page again. Actually, that wasn't the page we were working on, but you get the idea. Let's take a look at this page. So the Classmates Today page has 3 columns of names. And when you come in here and you want to link a page, if somebody sends you some bio information and you want to link a page, there's a few steps to what you are going to want to do. So one of the things will be, of course, to highlight and link. So let's do that video next. I'll see you back here in a few minutes, and we'll talk about creating pages for the Classmates Today and linking them from the main page.